Right, so this presentation is about keeping Ukraine connected. This war isn't only being fought on the battlefield, there is also quite a large information warfare going on both sides.
In Ukraine now, especially on the temporarily occupied territories, digital security is very connected to the physical security. Because, for example, when a person on the occupied territories has some picture with Ukrainian flag or some pro-Ukrainian messages, the person can be detained, tortured, or put somewhere and even killed.
Now, we brought several of our existing technologies to the fore in Ukraine. One of these is called Deflect. It is a website security platform. With Deflect, we've been protecting quite a large number of Ukrainian websites. This is our total traffic bar from around the world. Citizens from Ukraine have been our biggest audience since the beginning of the war. I'm bringing you statistics from a large attack against Zhytomyr.info. This is news media in the town of Zhytomyr. 3 large attacks were recorded, were mitigated by the Deflect infrastructure. 33 million malicious requests were made by botnets. So quite large attacks we are seeing and mitigating every day against Ukrainian websites. Over 400,000 daily unique readers in Ukraine, unique Ukrainians you could say, are reading websites protected by the Deflect system. Now, what you see in front of you is a map of the network in Ukraine. You can see the sort of large connection points, not only inside Ukraine, but the way that Ukraine is connected to other exchanges around the world. In other words, the way it is connected to the global internet. In expectation of this conflict, we knew that there's going to be major internet outage and internet censorship events. You might have also heard, this new scenario of internet shutdowns. So what does it mean? There are 2 kind of primary scenarios of internet shutdowns I would like to talk to you about and to show you the solutions that we have for those types of shutdowns. The one that is implemented most often around the world is the restriction of access to all of the most popular and requested internet platforms. When you've done this, you have virtually shut off the internet for the population living in this network. For this particular scenario, we have developed the Sino tool. Sino is a browser which allows people to access the web without restriction. You download it like Chrome or Firefox, and it works on your phone just like a normal browser. However, under the hood, it's not a normal browser at all. Sino uses the BitTorrent protocol in order to route people's requests for web pages and to deliver these requests back to them. You are actually using other people's devices who are also running the Sino browser to route your request outside of the censored zone. Then, once you get outside of the censored zone, you reach one of our injectors, which requests the web page that you've requested and delivers these files back to you. Every person becomes a node for everybody else. So if you want to help out people living in censored environments, all you need to do is download and run the Sino browser on your phone as well. Via your phone's unfettered connection to the internet, people living in censored zones can get out and get the information that they've been requested. So we call this cooperative browsing. That's why Sino's slogan is share the web. But even more than this, once you have downloaded a particular web page, the next person requesting the same page can get it from you. There's also a more severe shutdown scenario when a network is completely isolated. In a wartime scenario, this can happen quite frequently simply by severing the cable that connects one city to the rest of the network. We have seen this take place already several times in several locations in Ukraine. So after this, there is no way to route outside of the network. The network is physically disconnected from the rest of the internet. What can you do? The decentralized internet means there is no Google server, there is no Microsoft server. We are all servers to each other, and all we need to do is connect to each other. Now, this actually opens up the opportunities to continue communications within restricted or severed networks. Equality also develops technology based on decentralization. And it is this technology that allows people living inside an isolated network to continue communicating with each other. So there's no reason why somebody living in Kherson who wants to chat to somebody else in the next block, needs to reach a WhatsApp server or needs to reach a Telegram server. They just need to be able to reach their local ISP where our servers are provisioned and they can chat with each other. So the DCOMS network is currently in 10 cities around Ukraine, and we're always looking for new ISPs to continue provisioning more servers. But that is not enough, because particularly in a time of war, what you want to do is get new information to the population living inside an isolated network. We're adding new technology that will package entire websites. So it will crawl an entire media website, package it, and then deliver it into the severed network. So as a result of the war in Ukraine, we have developed technology that allows us to rebuild pieces of the internet inside severed networks. The Naidino helpline. Coming to the problem from the point of view that this is not a great time for people to read lots of manuals, to go through all sorts of complicated webinars. People are in psychological and in physical stress.
We did a research about digital security threats for different activists and also for people on the occupied territories, and we found out that 53% of people in Ukraine have digital skills lower than basic. 64% of respondents had critical situation with online security. And also people want to become more digital secure if someone will tell them how.
The more frequent advices end up on the website in a sort of a database of questions and answers, to make sure that people get the advice that they need. Thank you.